horse penis.
I came in right on the beat.
And the beat drops. Horse people.
That's my tag. That's my tag.
What you gotta do with a horse?
Basketball.
Hot 16 about horse slangage.
Let me do the tweet.
Nikki, in a week, this will be my Wassel Cup.
Oh,
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I already ordered one.
wassailing.
Yeah, I know that you did because I still get notifications every time I get every time someone orders. I need to figure out how to turn that off. Okay, hold on. I'm doing this, and now I have to retweet the
I
tweet.
fixed my thing, so you're good.
Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna dunk it.
Give me the ball!
I love how everyone can hear this. This is so great.
Basketball, gimme. I had to pick the first basketball JPEG I could find on my computer, and it's a photo of Brook Lopez in a Lakers jersey.
Ooh, it's
Wow.
a throwback.
Why do you have that?
I don't know.
You're like, no, it's in my Brook Lopez folder.
I don't know why in my mind when you said Brook Lopez, I had thought of Tristan Thompson, which automatically led to Kim Kardashian smashing B-level players. And I was like, oh, that's right.
And B-level rappers.
Did Brook Lopez handle the business? Anyway.
Who didn't?
Let me know when you're ready to roll in.
I'm ready.
You know what? Oh
Alright.
wait, what's that fucking song called? That part of the song sounds like the Punch-Out theme.
Oh, weird.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, interesting. All right,
How do
we're
you know
getting
what
it
the
in.
Punch-Out theme sounds like? You're too young for that.
Yeah, how do
I
you know
played it
about
on the
Punch-Out
Wii.
thing? Oh,
The
Oh,
first game
that-
came out on the
get
Nintendo
out.
Wii.
Get out of
Christ
here.
almighty.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Get the fuck out of here.
Shout out.
Wait,
to
no, John,
everyone-
what are you talking about? Hold on, sorry, Khalif. John, what are you talking about?
Are you
Yeah.
doing a fucking goof right now?
No, I'm talking about Nintendo Entertainment System Punch-Out with Mr. Dream /
I know you.
Mike Tyson.
I'm aware. I thought that's what you were
Then
talking
there's
about.
one
you
on
said
the Wii.
I know, but you said you.
That's
Never
the first
mind.
time you
That
played
one
it.
was a joke.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
well,
where I played it for the
you
first
completely-
time.
Yeah, you completely played
But-
it straight. Like you didn't know that, which you do all the
Oh,
time.
no, I
you
do
do
know
all
that.
the time. Okay.
I do know that.
Nikki's so good at that too. Like Nikki has such
Yeah.
a damn good poker face, man. Like
Yeah.
there, and it's like the mix of like youthful fussiness /
Yeah, I know. I never lie about anything that matters.
oh my god.
I read a quote that was like Eddie Kingston. Whenever he's talking about anybody else, it's a work, and then anytime he's talking about himself, it's a shoot.
Oh,
That makes sense.
that's good.
That makes
sense.
sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Welcome everybody to the non-shoot version of Corner 3, the best basketball podcast on the planet, coming to you from Fanbyte. I am rocking. I am Khalif Adams. What up? What up? What up? I'm rocking with two of the best to ever do it. Nikki Grayson, how are you doing?
I'm good. The Orlando Magic have confirmed that they are going to play their original theme song from 1989 during tomorrow's home game. And if they get to 10,000 retweets, they will play it at the beginning of every single home game for the rest of the season. So I do need everybody to click on this
Please
link
go
we're putting
retweet
in
that.
Twitch chat. Because this is suddenly the most important thing in my whole life.
I also want to feel like Cam Newton will be singing this song for some reason. Like everybody's making a comeback, so why not?
This
Why
dumbass
not?
hat.
I mean, which one? Anyway,
He's back with the Panthers. Y'all saw
He's-
that, right?
Yeah,
he's
I
back
know.
with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Damn.
He
Everybody's making a
replaced the
comeback.
guy who replaced the guy who replaced him.
I feel like that's a kiss the ring moment, though. Like that feels like a kiss the ring
Yeah.
moment when you come back after.
You know what,
after
though?
did you dirty.
Get that check, though, you know?
No, you gotta get the
Yeah,
check. You
for
gotta get the
sure.
check. Always getting the check is John Warren. What's good, John?
Hey, what's up?
What
I
up,
get
what
all
up,
the
what up?
checks. and I endorse them on the back, and then I take a picture of them, and then
is that why PayPal take? Is that why payroll takes so long?
Payroll takes so long. I do it individually. I take a picture of every check and I deposit it. It's not great. If only there was a better way. Anyway.
Oh my goodness!
With
I love you both. I get really happy when I get to do the show with you every week.
It's the
I need that energy. It's a good vibe.
It is a good.
I'm
vibe.
on one already, and it's only 12:30.
And I really love your shot, Nikki. That's a really good framing. Anyway,
thank you.
I just wanted to share that out for everybody who's watching on Twitch. Again, make sure you're checking out all of the wonderfulness that we do here at Fanbyte, and especially Corner 3, because it's the best show ever to talk about basketball. We have lots of conversations to dig into this week around all the happenings of the NBA season that is happening as we speak. It is going on right now. People are training, they are stretching as we are talking about them. Right now, they're drinking Gatorade and Pedialytes and putting electrolytes back into their bodies after sustaining multiple injuries from other players that we'll be talking about later on in the episode as well. I think there's a couple of trends that we wanted to dig into this week, which were, our lovely Oakland Warriors are now back on the road to the mend and back to the road of feeling like they are a team to be reckoned with. Nicky has slumped into his chair in a position of defiance.
Fucking sucks.
I'd love to hear your thoughts about this.
Put up 50.
Did you see?
They don't have Klay Thompson yet.
That's true. He put up 50 without. Did you see the call from the opposing teams?
Yes.
I wish I had pulled audio of that. Basically, Steph Curry dropped a nickel on which team was it again? I forget. Who they play against?
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He dropped 50 on a team early in the season. There were probably what 10 games into the season at this point. He's already dropping 50 bombs on people. And the opposing team's PA announcers, or I'm sorry, play-by-play announcers, basically ran through the gamut of all the hateration and holleration that they could possibly do to talk about how this didn't make any sense and didn't really matter, because anybody can just drop 50 points. It doesn't matter.
Anybody can drop if you shoot from far away, they just give you more points, They
just give you more points when you do that.
They just give you more points. So if you just shoot from further away, of course you're going to hit 50. It was the Hawks. Yeah. Thank you, Joe Montana.
Thank you.
That's it. Also a very good username.
Joe Montana's very good.
So Nikki, you hate the Warriors again, especially because Curry is doing well.
We called that though.
We did call it.
Nikki,
I just
the first episode of the season, we were both like, the Warriors are back. They're going to be really good. Yeah. They're probably going to be in the Western Conference Finals. And I'm not seeing any evidence that they won't be.
I think the thing that is scary to me is that I didn't expect them to look this good without Klay.
Yeah,
sure.
I thought they were gonna look pretty good and mid until Christmas, and then they were gonna turn it on. But no. Right. They're no, we're 8-1 now. Is kind of our thing. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna. They are on a better pace this year than they were during their 73-9 season.
Yeah.
What?
73-9.
They're currently 7-1 at home, 3-0 away, with a record of 10-1 at the top of the Western Conference.
They're on a better pace to hit 74 wins than when they had Kevin Durant. Jordan Poole starts on this basketball team.
Jordan Poole, baby.
Yeah, Jordan Poole, baby.
They call him the jumping spider. If Katie's the tarantula, then Jordan Poole's the jumping spider.
So, John, I'm curious to hear that, because weirdly, I have not been able to catch Warriors games. I've been not paying attention to them in that way. I'm not seeing the flow of their kind of ascension back into the top ranks. What are the things that you're seeing when you're getting a chance to see them play that are besides Curry just being Curry, that are kind of impressing you in that way?
Besides that.
Yeah, because I expect Curry to just do everything at this point.
No, that's fair. No, I mean, here are a few things. Draymond Green looks a little bit better than he has the past few years.
Yep.
Huh.
So there's that. And he's leading the team in both rebounds and assists per game. So that's an interesting thing. And I think like Steph is a little bit busier on the defensive side of the floor. It looks like to me, he looks like he's more of a lightning rod on both ends of the court, and he's also just shooting insane. He's just shooting like crazy. There are interesting role players on this team, like Otto Porter Jr. Like Kevon Looney has been on the team forever, and he looks okay. Like this is a good team that like has these players that used to be like bad starters other places and are now on the deep bench of the Warriors. So now you've got these like good like to great bench players that are just like littered throughout this team, and again they don't even have Clay back yet, so this team is already pretty good defensively, at least compared to where they've been the past few years. But I think they're like going to be obviously much better when Clay's back on the floor. We don't know what Clay's lateral movement will be with the recovery from knee surgery and all that stuff, but I don't know. It's scary that it is going this well, this fast.
It's also that like Andrew Wiggins is playing like he was the number one pick.
Yeah. He finally looks pretty good. Yeah.
Like for a very long time he looked very bad. Yeah. But now he is like a pivotal part of that offense. And I think like you mentioned this, Sean, like Steph playing hard on the defensive end, I think is going to pay dividends once Clay comes back, because he is not going to be, I don't think, as locked down of a defender, because he will not be able to. I mean, we'll see. No one's quite sure what child he got his new ACL and meniscus from, but like once, like, it's probably going to take a while for him to be at 100% if he ever gets there defensively. So I think having Steph pick up some of that slack early will get him in the rhythm to do that through the playoffs.
So I'm looking.
Team looks good.
Go ahead, John.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. Team looks good.
So I'm looking at the game in which they played the Hawks, where he dropped that 50 bomb.
Yeah,
and that's weird. Okay, I was looking at the numbers wrong. And the things that I'm just seeing just from looking at the folks in here, and it's really interesting to see like who's playing where, how many folks are getting certain minutes, you know, how things are kind of coming together. So they just played the Pelicans last night. They blew them out. The Pelicans are 1-9. You expect them to get blown out, right?
Yeah.
But like looking at the kind of movement within the team. So Draymond during that game, he played about 30 minutes, which is, it feels now it's like anybody who is in that space of being a little bit older, a little bit not being able to kind of like contribute in the ways that they are. And Draymond, we talked about him kind of being better, but he's also kind of on the down slope of his career.
Yeah, his career for sure.
Yeah,
he had 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 points. Which, again, his job is to kind of be the defensive stopper on that team. Put him on the toughest offensive guy, and then you got that. Wiggins played about 26 minutes and had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. That feels like that's around where he's going to be playing in those kinds of spaces. 10 to 15 points a game, give you some good stuff. In that space. Curry had 7 boards, 10 assists, and 50 points in 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
In
35
minutes.
He effectively he effectively set out more than a quarter, and he still got that.
35 minutes. That is just unreasonable numbers.
He watched an episode of Friends and the beginning of the following episode of Seinfeld.
I feel sorry for him, actually. They made him watch that.
Boom. Boom. That's when he dropped his 50.
Yeah. And then he just looks into the camera, breaks the fourth wall, is like 50. I guess my question for both of you is like, I'm a fan of running up the score. I feel like if you are dropping 50 and you're getting pulled before basically the fourth quarter, why don't they let you try to go for the record? Why is that always a thing?
I'm gonna get hurt.
Injuries. Yeah.
I think it's like too early. It's too early. Also, I think the thing, like, this is my take. I don't think, unless someone has 50 at the end of a half, I think like it will never.
Like,
no one will ever be like
again.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see 81 again.
That's the thing, though, right? Is like if you the way the way Stephen Curry shoots.
Yeah,
I think if you're at that point and you're at the third quarter, and you've already gotten 50 points, you can absolutely hit 80. You can hit 80.
Yeah, but like, why are you? Sure. But why are you going for second? I think that's what it is. It's like unless you know you're gonna.
If you can't be
like
Wilt,
unless you,
then why?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like why are you going for 82? Like I don't. Yeah, I don't know. This is a really good question, Khalif. Yeah, like I would go. Yeah, I would have to be at 50 at the half.
Really? Because this is my thinking is like I don't think anyone's ever like I also feel like the 100-point game is bullshit. I think that's a lie. I know that's gonna be my thing. I think Wilt Chamberlain.
It didn't happen.
I don't think it really happened. I think it's bullshit. I think it's fake.
JFK not dead.
I think it's fake.
Right, I think it's bullshit. I got a question for you.
Okay, I don't care. He got a picture. I think somebody photoshopped that shit. His arms are too long. Those shorts are wrong.
What do you think is more realistic? Is the fact that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in a game, or how many women Wilt Chamberlain has apparently slept with? Is that both of those numbers are very,
I think the
high.
women number is way more believable than 100 points.
Okay, maybe so.
Because Wilt Chamberlain was a strapping young man.
Sure, good looking dude.
Good looking dude.
Yeah.
But it's also like one of those things where just like, yeah, okay, fine. If you're not gonna get to 100 points, then what's the use of doing it? I think the interesting part was like, if you think about that Kobe game, of course Kobe wasn't trying to go for 81, but he also saw a moment where he was like, my competitive spirit is one in which I want to decimate everyone that I play against. I feel like if we're going to talk about players who we have in this era who still have that kind of, and I know people hate the term, the Mamba mentality stuff, but who have that kind of extra layer of drive where they're just like, I want to crush everyone in my way. I think Curry has it. He has the babyface assassin version of it.
Yeah.
But he also has that thing where he's like, I want to make you feel bad about your life after I beat you.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel bad for him that Steve Kerr is like pulling him out early when he could have this extra layer of this, career that is already historic. He's already a mutant.
Well, I mean, Steve Kerr is a nice guy. If I were a coach, Khalif, I agree with you. I wouldn't be like this. I wouldn't sit up at the press conference and go like, yeah, they really played a hard game. I was like, the Pelicans are better than their 1-9 record. I'd go, Pelicans suck. They should be relegated. It's a waste of time. Give us the dub before we even get there. That's what I would do. That's what I would say. I wouldn't waste my time with any of this stuff. I'd be like, if I see the Morris twins on my fucking court, I'm gonna hip check them. I would just say these things. This would be easy for me.
You would not be a coach for very long in the National Basketball Association. I don't.
Maybe not. I would say check Jason Kidd's emails more closely. Like just generally.
Just do anything.
Wow. Poor Jason Kidd.
Jason
Kidd. I wish the internet would stop beating on him and his lapels. Leave his lapels alone.
Yeah.
His lapels are fine. Gosh darn it.
Jason Kidd is marginalized in this community. Did you know I went to high school with this kid?
Did you really?
Yeah, you told me the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just happy
that's all of that story that I can tell on the podcast.
Legally, that's all of that story you can tell.
I'm just happy that we've gotten to the point where we never have to see his young son on the sidelines ever again. They used to scare me every freaking week.
Yeah.
You led right into a perfect segue of things that we have seen as other trends. We're gonna get back to the other two stories, Nikki, that you dropped, because I love what you dropped in there. But talking about the Jokic brothers and Nikola Jokic,
let's go.
We got to talk about the non-elephant in the room, which was the best,
ladies and gentlemen,
fight of the season.
Some big shots here down the stretch.
Just absorb all this beautifulness right here. After widening out your shot, Nikki, I just saw it. Look at this.
You're good. It's fine.
Look at this. This is glorious.
First of all, not a foul.
That's not a foul? You don't think more?
No.
You don't think that's a foul?
No. On the other end. Like, I think
right.
On Bam, I don't think that's a foul.
Yeah.
I don't know why Marcus got mad.
I love this part. This is my favorite part.
Art is so good.
With a ransom note jersey on the floor. I don't know my leg. If that isn't the most Motown James Brown before I get off the stage, put the cape on my back so I can walk back out. Right? Like, I've never seen. Look at this 5 heartbeat shit that he just does in this game. Look at it was so good. It was so. And Tyler Herro's like, I have words with you, sir. I have been thinking about things.
God, now, it's such a good check, too.
It is such a good check.
It's such a good check.
It is such a good check. It's so good.
He's like perfect. He's perfectly. God, it's so good. So good. The height, his height relative to his.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
God, it's so good.
Now, here's the interesting part about all of this is besides a fantastic forearm shiver by Nikola Jokic, and the oversell from Brother Morris there on the ground is the fact that no one stepped to Jokic at all.
No, like what are you gonna do?
No one stepped to him.
I think like the entirety of the Heat people on the floor knew that he deserved what had happened to him.
Right? Like, look at that is such a good.
Like nobody, like they start to step and then they're like, you know what?
So the good news is they get the
You're like, you know what? We don't like Marquise Morris either, to be honest.
Yeah. Right. I feel like that was one of those moments where we were like, yo, he's not really down with us.
Tyler, can you go back? Can you reverse? Watch Tyler Herro take 4 steps forward and then immediately take 2 steps back.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can get there.
Okay, watch Tyler Herro right here. 1, 2, 3, and then sidestep.
I'm gonna go. Remember a week ago I said I was as good as Luka Doncic? I'm gonna go.
He's like, you know what? Hey, mister, you watch that.
Hey, mister.
Hey. Somebody throw me a do-rag instantly. I need something.
Tyler Herro good at basketball, though.
I need street cred. Anyway.
He's basketball. He's a good shooter.
Oh, my fuck. I didn't realize they brought a stretcher out.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed that.
Yes, they brought a stretcher out.
Yes,
this is Madden 91. They brought a full-ass stretcher out for him.
They brought a fucking stretcher out.
Yes.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah, look at him. This is
He's laughing under a pile. He's laughing.
Even Kyle Lowry's like, man, this is some Oscar-worthy shit.
Fuck.
Like, I've gotten hit like that before.
I did not realize.
His legs.
Look, I think Jokic is also like I wouldn't mess with that dude. He's very just calm, collected.
I also would, if I was Jokic, I'd also like go lay on the court.
Yeah, I know. I would have too.
Morris is a big dude. He hit that dude in his ribs. Like, that can actually hurt you and get you like really messed up, right?
Yeah,
sure.
And then wait a minute, I didn't even see this. Who's the dude in the mosquito?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
There's so many guys in this clip that are new.
Anywho, so we have that beautiful moment.
Ooh, tasty.
What's impressive about Jokic's form there is that he only needed 2 full steps to get that kind of momentum.
Yes, to get to full speed.
That is
right.
Like, if that dude's not in AEW in 2 years, like if Jokic is like, fuck this, I'm going to AEW, and God, yeah, if he's not forearm shivering Kenny Omega out of the ring in 2 years, God, that's going to be a crime.
So Jokic after that gets actually let me take a step back. So Jokic and Morris have a fight. We now take it to the best place to discuss urban warfare, which is Twitter.
Twitter.com.
Marcus Morris's brother says, waited till bro turned his back, shake my head. Noted. Where do you even find that emoji? I've never seen that emoji.
I've never seen that emoji before in my life. And also, your brother checked him in the air.
First. In the air.
First.
Yeah. I think I read every single reply to that tweet.
Yes.
And my favorite was some rando without an avatar that said, "What are you gonna do? Shoot 1 of 7 on him?"
Yes.
Which was like,
that was the best.
Which was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That was the best.
But this story though, to me, is there are no winners, because here's the thing:
no, nobody wins.
No, they're winners. They're winners. I'll tell you who afterwards.
Are racist as fuck.
Well, hold on before we get there, because before we get to the Marcus Morris tweet defending his brother who totally checked the dude,
deserved it. Yeah,
a new challenger joins the fight, literally in the Jokic brothers, who made their own Twins account.
Yeah, they couldn't. It's like your high school history teacher and his wife.
Yes,
they couldn't each have an account. They both have one.
And especially if you're gonna do this, you can at least get a TM after the end of it. Like, you got to TM your joint. They come up with the most Bane kind of shit, and they're like, "Yo, you should leave this the way it is instead of publicly threatening our brother." No space after the exclamation point. Your brother made a dirty play first. If you want to make a step further, be sure we will be waiting for you. Double exclamation
signed
point. Jokic brothers.
Signed the Jokic brothers.
Signed Jokic brothers.
In case you couldn't confirm that they were Jokic brothers from the Twitter account name, the Twitter handle, they did sign the tweet.
They did sign the tweet. It's so now John, the floor is yours to tell us about the formative years of the Jokic brothers.
No. I mean, listen, they're just rumors. They're just rumors about the Jokic brothers. Allegedly. But listen, like, all I'm saying is that there are no winners in this thing. It's like the OJ trial. OJ absolutely killed those people, but the LAPD railroaded his ass because they're racist. So there are no winners. There's just no winners in this thing.
Oh my god! I'm just amazed at the versions of Twitter beef that they made an account just to talk shit.
I know.
The Morris brother.
They're like the Bella twins in WWE. They're like, we're going to create a twin account. We have to. Isn't that terrible if you're a twin that you got? Well, I guess the Morris brothers have different accounts.
Yeah, they do.
Well, but they're breaking the law.
Wait, what?
They're breaking the law. Yeah, breaking twin law.
Twin
law dictates that you have to share accounts.
That totally feels like some Minority Report shit. There's a precog and some other stuff.
This is, to me though, like, for real, like, Jokic got suspended for a game for that. Whatever. I get. What are you gonna do? Like, you can't not suspend him for that, I guess.
Right.
But I have to be honest. The Morris brothers deserve this shit. They do this shit all the time. They step on ankles. They step on ankles. They forearm shiver ribs. They like do shit.
Yes.
Like,
and they're not good at basketball either.
They're not very good at basketball. They're those. It would be more charming if it was the 80s and we're just talking about fucking Bill Laimbeer or, you know, what, these players that are like not great, but they're enforcers. You know what I mean? They're just enforcers. And the enforcer is a dying art, and it's maybe a dead art. Yeah. And it's certainly dead when you have two whiny babies like the Morris brothers who suck at basketball, who are the enforcers for their team all the time.
So a question I have for both of you, because I showed my wife this video, and she was like, "Oh, holy crap! Like, what the heck is going on with the stuff? What was that noise?" I was like, "Did you go rare?" Anyway.
No, he said my wife. Because he does that.
My wife. So I showed her the video of them fighting, and I was like, I miss the good old days of the Bill Laimbeers and people actually like throwing haymaker punches and people getting clotheslined and shit. And showed her some videos of that stuff, and she was like, "Well, why don't the players of today do that now?" And my explanation was, I don't think that there are players now in the league who actually hate each other. I think back in the day, there were players who actually hated each other, and that was the way they took their frustrations out on each other. I would love to hear your thoughts really quick about, like, do you feel like that's the thing in the mix now? Is like, because everybody's kind of buddy, or if it's just like that's not the vibe.
Let me hit you with this, Khalif.
Yeah.
Everybody, close your eyes.
Okay. Imagine
Steph Curry hitting someone.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
You can't.
I really can't.
You just can't.
No.
It's impossible. I think the reason it's dead is because none of these guys like it's not even that they don't. It's not even that there's like a lack of animosity.
Yeah.
I just don't think these guys are like
fighters.
They're not fighters. Like they're not trying to fight.
Like it's the wildest thing though, because like I wouldn't have thought that like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a fighter either, but he hit the shit out of people.
That's true. Yeah, but that was basketball, man.
But he also learned that shit from Bruce Lee. He literally trained with Bruce Lee. He knows how to
that's literally true.
He literally trained with Bruce Lee. He knows how to hit people.
It's so true. Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, I just wondered because I was like, I also feel like it's one of those weird things, and we'll pivot. But like the 80s and 90s dudes felt like really grown ass men who like if you took them to the bar, they would have war stories about their previous lives before they got into the NBA. It feels like all the folks in the NBA right now have like grown up in the NBA culture in a way that is very different. So they don't have like the like I had a rough and tumble life, even though a lot of them did because a lot of cats came from the hood. But it's like they didn't have that layer of it where they had their money too early in life to be able to be like toughened up by that kind of stuff. It's just interesting.
Joe Montana mentions that first KD Warriors season where Russell Westbrook did look like he would kill him on the court. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. That was fun. I think that was a good year for Russ, though.
That was a good year for Russ.
It was. I think he plays better when he's mad. I think he just plays better when he's mad.
And I can prove this.
Yeah.
Because I've watched him put up 2 consecutive triple doubles for the Los Angeles Lakers this week.
Was he mad or was he just like, Russell? I don't know. I've been watching this game and I'm just like, I don't know. I got to see him play live the other day when the Lakers came to Portland, and it was a sad, sad state.
2 consecutive triple doubles.
Jesus. Next fight.
Extends that
Rudy Gobert.
Lob it, catch it. No
some other guy.
And Rudy and Turner get into it.
Some other guy. Both these teams are so fucking empty. God. Boring. Terrible. Not good. Just not good at all.
Not good.
Look at these. This proves exactly what Nikki was talking about there. Look at these guys. They don't want to fight nobody.
This isn't Rudy Gobert's fault. He thought Miles Turner was a microphone, and he needed to touch him and mess with him.
Come here, let me touch you.
And like, why is Donovan Mitchell the mad one here? Like get out. Okay, first
of all,
look, Donovan Mitchell is one of the prettiest men in the NBA. I don't see him ever fighting nobody.
He's not gonna fight anybody. But here's the thing.
He's not gonna fight anybody.
Fuck the Jazz.
Reasonable.
Like, fuck the Utah Jazz. The most boring... I watched this entire game. It's the only game I watched in full this week. And that was a mistake, first of all. Second of all, the Utah Jazz play the most boring form of basketball ever. It's nothing.
They're like tickling each other.
Well, yeah, it's a hostile act. No question.
Like, fucking...
I wish I could compare. Look at the shoulder that Miles Turner gives Gobert.
It's not anything.
Hey,
like how
didn't you see Jokic earlier? Like, get into the point. Get your back.
Also, like, that makes Rudy look bad,
right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, he pulls him down by the shorts. He pulls Miles Turner down by the shorts. That's on him.
Hand on his butt.
Let's go.
He doesn't. Miles Turner does not really complain. He gives him a light nudge here, and Rudy Gobert is like, "You fucking killed my family, bud." Like it's over.
Yeah.
So I guess
why are also that ref that gets fucking cleared out by Joe Ingles?
All right, hold on.
Go like rewind and watch Joe Ingles
look
clear
at
this
the
man
ref
out.
Smiling. The ref is like, y'all ain't gonna fight. This is some bullshit. Why y'all even doing this tussling for no reason?
I fucking hate the Utah Jazz. Like, why these announcers are talking like they're in a fucking library.
Yeah,
the building is lit like a fucking church. It
has really bad.
Well,
lighting.
it is. It is a church.
It's
special
awful.
Underwear. Oh, I mean, look, I'm wondering again, like the trend of the faux fight happening again early in the season, because like what are the standings for those two teams? So like the Jazz are in third currently,
or third, yeah.
Nuggets are in fifth. at 7-4. Jazz are 8-4. So, I mean, I guess that's one of the other layers too, right? So you have a lot of the Western Conference now that are even closer in terms of talent and in terms of the way that their teams are kind of going to be locked into prospective spaces for the playoffs moving forward. It's super early to be talking about playoffs, but still, like, I think now is the time where you're seeing a little bit of the rivalries potentially happening. And I do think for the league, it is very rare to see, like, again, the Warriors just are too laid back to really have rivals. Like, everyone hates the Warriors because of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. The Suns tried to play the bully role with Chris Paul, who's a master at getting people riled up and doing that work. And the Lakers, everyone just kind of hates the Lakers because of the Lakers' pedigree and LeBron and all that kind of stuff. Nobody else in the West has that vibe of going at it except for the Jazz and Nuggets, which I think is actually, if you're thinking about any teams that may potentially have a rivalry that makes some kind of sense, it feels like it might be those two teams.
The teams that you always forget about in the West.
Yep.
The ones that are built to get out of the playoffs in the second or third round. Yeah.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense that these two teams have these things in common of being boring. I will say this. Say this. It is a shame that the Clippers are, I mean, they're not bad. The Clippers are mid. But that era when when the Warriors were in the middle of their first dynasty, right? That 3 and 4 years. I think those series against the Clippers were really good. Those and also Rockets Clippers was fun.
Yeah.
But both of those moments have passed, and like you said, Kyle, I don't think we have that yet. Even Lakers Clippers last year when everybody was healthy, those games were fun, but they didn't feel like there was no weight. They didn't feel like they had a bunch of weight to them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, John, what are your thoughts about the kind of extra layer there, which I think is, Nikki dug really well into that part of it. Do you feel like there's even a space for them to really differentiate themselves in a pretty clustered West, and looking at kind of the future of where they kind of potentially may lay?
I don't know. I mean, I think they've got talent on the roster. I agree that they're boring, but but it's if a team with Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert on it is going to be good defensively. I don't know if that makes for a recipe of a likable or interesting basketball team, but I don't know. I mean, Spider Mitchell, I really like him as a player. I think he is maybe languishing a little bit, which is a weird thing to say about a player of his caliber, but I kind of feel like he should be fucking tearing it up somewhere else. I don't know why, but it just feels like that's how it should be. I don't know, Dallas or something, Dallas maybe.
Oh, you're kind of saying
Dallas.
So you're kind of saying no.
Let's say Dallas.
Okay, now here is the thing though.
Let's say Dallas. Donovan Mitchell goes to Dallas. I don't know.
Kristaps
a first.
Kristaps and a
Donovan.
First for Donovan Mitchell.
It's not gonna happen.
The Jazz get a white person. No, think about it.
No,
they get a Jokic brother. They get a Jokic brother.
If any two teams are going to have a white for white trade, it's going to be Dallas.
Somebody clip this, please. Clip that.
That's how it has to work.
That's how it has to work.
I don't think Dwayne Wade's going to let him leave.
I'm clipping.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
not.
I mean, no, I don't think so. But it's I don't know. I think the Jazz are playing well. I just don't think they're interesting. I do also have some late breaking news.
Oh,
Chris McGowan of the president of the Portland Trailblazers is resigning.
Dead? Oh,
so
okay. No importance. You don't feel
you know why?
about that?
No, I already got my tickets for the season. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fair.
They already got you. That's on you.
That's
on you.
Hey, I'm trying to see the best of the best play the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, play against your Portland Trailblazers.
Absolutely.
I do want to talk about Dame though.
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
He's not good. Or he's not that he's not good, but he doesn't want to be there, huh?
Well, here's the thing. Shout out to the folks over at NBA on TNT for having a really kind of smart, nuanced discussion about the way the league has been officiated this year. They had a really good conversation about, again, the era of how you would make different rule changes that affect the game, en masse. The hand check rule and how that got changed, how hard you can foul some people, all that kind of stuff. And for a while, this was now a thing where we didn't know what these kind of, potential rule changes were going to do. We thought that they would really hamper folks like James Harden with the leg kick and all those kinds of things. But now we're seeing the officiating kind of hurt the folks who would be getting to the line more often and would be getting higher point output, like Dame Lillard. Like, he is a drive to the basket player. He is, he's leaned on his jump shot and his 3-point shooting of late, which I think the league has done that in general. But I think these now ways that the game is being officiated absolutely hurt him in a way that we haven't seen for him in a long time. Is he like not excited to be here? I think it's hard to know because Dame is such a homer. Like, he wants to represent for the Blazers.
I think the thing that he's feeling that, like, I think he realizes that he's fucked up. By which I mean that, like, I think he doubled down on being like, I'm staying in Portland. I fucking love this.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, now he's like, oh, that was a mistake.
That's
a
mistake I made.
I mean, that's the thing that you and your management should have been talking about for a long period of time. Because it's not like folks didn't know that Dame was going to be here for the amount of time that he was, and that he's one of the most highly sought after guards in the NBA.
In the league.
In the league. And he is one of the best players in the league. And he would be better on every other team except for the Blazers. Like, he would just make every other team better in that way, which I think is interesting.
So Portland's, they're not going to do anything this year, right?
No, they're done.
We feel that way, right?
But how? Okay, but that's the same as the last 10.
They?
Well,
no, but they'll get to the playoffs. They'll win a series. They're
not going to win a series.
Right, or no, I know. So that's different than previous years.
Got it.
My feeling, why wouldn't they move McCollum and Lillard? Why wouldn't they just get a crazy amount of draft picks?
Just get anything. Like, just
get a billion draft picks. You get 2 good ones for McCollum, probably 3 or 4 good ones for Lillard.
I mean,
just do a Thunder. Like,
they're 2 of the best guards in the league.
They're just burning time.
I mean, that was the reason why I was hoping that, to be fair, like, when everybody got really excited for the Kemba Walker move, I was like, man, I wish we really got CJ. I was like, CJ McCollum would have been so good as a Knick.
How did it feel when your coach benched everybody starting 5?
I cheered
for the last quarter of the basketball game.
I cheered. I jumped up and down and did not turn my ankle. Well, here's the interesting part about the Knicks right now. The Knicks have the worst defense that they've had in years, and after coming off a really good defensive year last year, getting really good personnel this year in terms of Evan Fournier and RJ Barrett, coming into his own, Julius Randle still kind of being a tweener and feeling like he has other people who can play in his spot. The problem right now is, like, Kemba Walker is not actually playing well. He's not aggressive in the way that you need him to be at the point guard spot. Evan, and this is where Tibbs is messing up for me, is like, he's not playing Evan Fournier a lot at all. He's not putting him in positions to be really good at what he does, which is, he is a rhythm shooter. You need to get him warmed up. You need to keep him involved in that space. And I've watched every game this season, except for the last game where they actually got benched. And every time I'm looking at the lineups, I'm like, why are you not putting Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier on the floor at the same time. You're never. Derrick Rose is the reason why we're even at a certain clip that we're in right now, and RJ Barrett having a fairly good year. I think, to be fair, we have a really funky lineup. It is a lot of things that kind of need to be moved into different spots and different places. Like, I think certain people should be playing together and certain folks should not. But time management has just been bad from the Knicks right in this part of the year. I think time management from a coaching perspective of looking at where things are happening in the game, understanding which personnel should be in at what points, and also getting the ball out of Julius Randle's hands. Like, that's a thing that has to kind of be talked about in a real way of there's no reason why he should be the person running the offense, especially from the top of the key, especially on dribble drive.
What the fuck is Kemba for?
This is my point. I have no clue what Kemba's there for now at this point. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, he's not in a good spot and he's not aggressive, which is what you need him to do, is to drive to the basket and draw fouls. So I don't know. It's there's a really interesting conversation, of course, because the Knicks are going to be, real interesting for the New York crowd for sure. But like Tibbs was like, when are they going to gel? It's like, oh, well, maybe it'll be 10 games, maybe it'll be 20 games is what they say. And then, you're already at 30 and 40 games and that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you need to just have people gel. And I think that's his fault though. I think that's on him. That's on him to make those specific things. We have a whole bunch of people playing out of position and doing things they shouldn't be doing to try to get wins that they shouldn't be getting, alongside abysmal 3-point defense. We've had everybody who's come to the Garden have their best game ever. You're
26th in the league.
We had Ricky Rubio score 7 million points on the Knicks. I was looking at that game with like daggers in my eyes. I had Stephen A. Smith hairline for a half of a quarter. Everything that came out of my mouth was a cuss word, because I was like, how is Ricky Rubio the one who's killing us right now when he couldn't shoot for 99% of his career? What happened?
The East is so fucking I don't know what they did to the East. I have no idea what they did to the East. They released some sort of fun gas into the Eastern Conference.
It's Martin Fox says that man is an Olympian, Ka. Okay, you're right. So was Frank Weiss. So was the dude who got dunked on by freaking Vince Carter and never played again in his career. He was also an Olympian. Anyway,
Atlanta's like 4-7,
right?
Yeah, the Bulls and the
Bulls
Wizards
are great,
tied in first.
Yeah, although Vucevic is he's got COVID, so he'll be out for a few days.
Man, I mean, it's also really interesting that's been another part of the conversation of this season has just been everybody's gotten COVID. Like, it feels like everybody's still getting COVID. Me neither. COVID.
It's almost like they figured out a way for everyone not to get COVID and then just decided not to do it again.
I mean, you can't keep a Morris brother in a bubble. You just can't.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't do it.
I don't know.
Any last thoughts on the Knicks before we dip out of here?
Relegate them.
Play defense, goddammit.
Relegate them. No, listen. I think they'll be fine, but they got to figure some shit out.
Yeah, they got to figure out defense at this point.
That seems like a team that's going to make a move right before the deadline.
It seems that way.
Like, I don't know who moves, but it feels like they give like Obi Toppin and some firsts they overpay somebody
to come in.
Yeah,
I can see.
What if they overpay? What if they send Toppin and a few picks to Portland, and then Dame is their starter, and Kemba comes off the bench,
and then we give up Rose too, because we'd have to give up Rose for that.
You'd have to give up.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot about.
You'd have to give up Rose for that.
Yeah, but Derrick Rose is good though.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't give up Derrick Rose. I like Derrick
Rose. Not he's the driving force behind that team right now. I would not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know who I'd go after.
It's a hard deal because I think Obi.
Luckily,
go ahead, Nikki.
It's not our job.
That's true.
Not our job.
Not our job. We don't have to worry about it.
That's
Jason Kidd's job.
What's that guy's name? Phil Jackson's job. He's still in charge, right?
No,
he's still in charge.
Is he?
Phil Jackson still general manager?
Is he? No, he can't be.
No,
no,
I don't think so.
He's not.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, please.
I don't know who's the GM.
I don't know who the GM.
Who's the GM?
I don't know.
Who is Knicks GM?
DM.
Scott Perry.
Yeah, that guy.
I've never seen this man before in my life.
That guy. He's very rich, I'm sure, at this point, because he's doing things for the Knicks. Yeah, I think we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of games. What are the next games actually that are coming up? That are games to watch today. Knicks and Hornets plays. Bucks and Celtics play. Yeah, Celtics are really in a weird spot right now. Nets, Pelicans.
Oh, Bulls, Warriors, folks.
Ooh, Bulls,
fuck all these other games.
That's the late ESPN game.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That's the late ESPN game. That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good.
I think over the weekend we got Heat, Jazz. It might be boring, but those are two winning teams.
Yep.
I
think Suns Grizz will be good.
Celtics Cavs. By the way, remember when I said? You remember when I said that Evan Mobley might be Rookie of the Year? The first week, he might be the Rookie of the Year. That dude might be the Rookie of the Year.
I mean, you called it.
He's really fucking good at basketball.
He's really good. Like right away, I was like, "Who is that? Who is that guy that looks like he's been playing in the league for 5 years?" That's rookie 20-year-old Evan Mobley.
Yes,
Evan Mobley
playing against LeBron James's child 2 years ago. Yeah. Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
What is time?
He's good.
Yeah.
What is time? We have no clue. Time is up for us on this edition of Corner 3. We are getting up out of here for this week. Please, Nikki, tell the folks at home where they can check out all the wonderful things that are coming through the Fanbyte channels, where you can go find our work.
You can find all of the stuff that we do at fanbyte.com. It's a website.
Yeah.
That's got stuff on it. Fanbyte.casa is where our Discord is, where you can just vibe and hang out with us and the rest of the Fanbyte community. Join and say hi. Tell us where your social security numbers. We have a social security sharing chat room, and we just kind of slide our social securities around.
Put them all in there. We'll keep them safe for you.
We'll keep them safe. And it's a good repository if you forget yours. If you're applying for a credit card or something and you're like, oh, fuck, what's my social? You can always remember that it's in the social security channel of the Fanbyte Discord. So that's at fanbyte.casa. And that's it. Stay tuned to fanbyte.com. We've got fun stuff in the pipeline that I can't talk about, but I hope you like better looking websites.
Better looking websites.
You like better looking websites.
And send us some questions for Corner 3 over in the Discord as well. And we have our new Corner 3 NFT channel. Nice fucking tussles. It's going to be awesome to have all the videos. Show us all your fights. We should
start that.
Show us all your fights.
To just collect all the NBA fights.
Just nice NBA fights tussles. in that one thing. All right, we'll see you all next week for more Corner 3. Much love to you all. Peace. Be good, y'all.
Bye.